Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here, especially for today's story, because it's one that touches more than just the surface. It's about returning to your passion after fear. It's about being vulnerable again after public judgment. And yes, it's also about admiration, quiet encouragement, and the bittersweet beauty of what remains after a powerful on-screen partnership ends. This is the story of Elkan Sangu and Berek Artuk, two actors who once set screens ablaze with their chemistry, and who now seem to remain tied together not by romance, but by a kind of quiet, lasting respect. Let's begin with Elkan. For months, maybe even years, fans have been asking the same question. Where is she? When is she coming back? She's always had this rare quality, a mix of elegance and strength. Her performances, even in flawed projects, always carried emotional depth. But lately, her absence was noticeable. What many didn't realize is that Elkan stepped away from the spotlight not because she wanted to, but because she needed to. After a previous series failed to meet expectations and drew harsh public criticism, something in her changed. The negativity didn't just bounce off her. It stayed. It made her question herself, not just her choices, but her voice, her place in this chaotic, demanding world called entertainment. In interviews, she never said much. She didn't go on talk shows to complain. But sources close to her quietly revealed that the backlash had shaken her more than she let on. For someone as passionate and invested as she is, a cold reception isn't just professional, it's personal. But time has a strange way of healing what fame once bruised. In recent months, Elkan began exploring new possibilities. She changed her look. She dyed her hair a luminous blonde, not just for fashion, but as a way of symbolizing change, transformation, reinvention. Of course, the comparisons came quickly. She looks like Sinem Kobel, many said, but those who really know her style understood this wasn't imitation. This was reclamation, a statement. This is who I am now. Then came the real surprise. News broke that Elkan had joined a new project. Not just any project, but one with substance, depth, and a meaningful storyline. Something that matched her energy. Something that wasn't just another role. It was an opportunity to start again. And the cherry on top, her new co-star, Engin Altan Düzatan, an actor known for his intensity and professionalism. From the very first days on set, people began whispering about their harmony. Not romantic, but artistic, respectful, fluid. Elkan reportedly told close friends that she felt seen again, not as a celebrity, but as an actress. Her team shared that she read the script multiple times before accepting, that she asked deep questions, that she didn't want to say yes unless it felt right. And when it did, she committed with her whole heart. And where was Berek in all this? Watching, quietly, respectfully. Let's not forget, Elkan and Berek were once the couple of Turkish television. Their names were spoken in the same breath. They weren't just co-stars. They were a phenomenon. Their roles in a now legendary series created a wave of obsession that lasted far beyond the final episode. But unlike many on-screen couples, they never publicly pursued a real-life romance. Or if they did, they never told us. They didn't need to. The bond they shared on screen was so deep, so believable. It lingered in people's hearts long after the credits rolled. So when Elkan returned, all eyes turned, not just to her, but to Berek's reaction. And he didn't disappoint. Though not loud, not dramatic, his response was pure. In a casual moment captured during a backstage interview, he said, "I'm really happy to see Elkan return. She's always had something unique. I know how hard she works. I hope she gets the success she deserves. Simple words, but filled with something deeper. Gratitude, pride, perhaps even nostalgia. People who worked with them years ago still speak of their connection. One former crew member said, "What they had wasn't forced. You couldn't direct it. It was just there. The way they moved around each other. The trust. You don't see that often. So even now, as they walk separate paths, it's no surprise that fans still pair their names. And here's the interesting part. Even though they're no longer in a joint project, their social media seems to speak a silent language, matching aesthetics, subtle timing, muted color schemes. Some fans have noticed, when Elkin posts a reflective photo, Beric often shares something equally introspective within hours. Coincidence? Maybe. But in this world, nothing is truly random. Of course, we have to be careful not to romanticize everything. Not every mirrored post means a hidden message. But still, there's something poetic about two people moving in parallel, even when the story they once shared has ended. Now, let's talk about the fans. You, the ones who have been there from the beginning. You remember every scene, every behind-the-scenes moment. You know how Beric looked at her when she wasn't looking. You remember the way she laughed at his jokes even when no one else did. You saw something that went beyond performance. And you never forgot. That's why her comeback means something to you. And that's why his quiet support feels significant. Because we all know, it's easy to celebrate someone when you're in the spotlight together. It's harder to do it when you're not. When time and distance have entered the picture. When you know. Longer have to, but you still choose to speak kindly. That's the story here. Not a love story in the traditional sense, but a story of two people who worked side by side, who gave each other their best performances, who cheered each other on, then and now. And perhaps that's even more powerful than a headline romance. So what's next? For Elkin, a new chapter, a chance to rediscover her voice, a role that could mark a turning point not just in her career, but in how she views herself as an artist. For Beric, continued growth, a man who knows when to speak and when to stay silent, who offers praise without asking for attention in return. And for us, the audience, a reminder that some stories don't end with drama or declarations. Some simply evolve, quietly, gracefully, truthfully. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more. And tell me in the comments, do you think Elkin and Beric will ever share the screen again? Or is this quiet support the perfect ending to a beautiful chapter? Until next time, take care of yourselves. And remember, admiration doesn't always need words. Sometimes, it's just knowing someone out there still believes in you.